welcome to Sunshine for the Soul. Thank you for joining me today and listening to part 2 of Twin Flame Soulmates Blow It for Now. I've been meaning to do this sooner. I've had a busy week, but I'm very happy to be here today. I'm Cindy, and I share my personal readings on my Blue Ridge Tarot playlist. This has been an interesting little story. So in part 1, I pulled the Cannabis Oracle card, Adura Sin Sin, and that suggested on behalf of the universe that we take a look within ourselves and we ask ourselves, are we living and seeking a life of authenticity? Are we carrying ourselves in integrity in order to fully live this human experience? These two characters in part 1, we had an Emperor and we saw a Queen of Swords energy, needed to take a look at themselves and see if they were living their lives in all areas in authenticity and integrity. So this is about these two characters taking a deep look inside and seeing if there's any imbalance in those areas and getting themselves aligned. Authenticity is the quality of being genuine or real. Real with our significant others, real with our families, real within our businesses, real with how we interact with other people. And are we being truthful to ourselves about how we perceive a situation to be? A lot of authenticity just isn't what we show on the outside, but it's also what we perceive and see on the inside. And the universe wants us to experience a full, not empty human experience. And the universe says if we make authenticity and integrity part of our core values, that the universe will gift us with a full and deeply meaningful life. So these two characters came across each other and something happened, and now they're being reminded to live in authenticity and integrity, maybe before approaching a connection, having our healing done prior to going and looking for someone to share our lives with. In this connection in part 1, we saw that the universe was making it a point that this was a divine connection, a twin flame connection, or a soulmate connection. We saw the 4 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the Lover's card. It seems in looking back here that with the healing that needed to be done and with these two characters needing to really be authentic with themselves, authentic with others, and to live their lives in integrity in all areas of their life, that maybe this was the right person, kind of wrong time kind of scenario. And I really wanted to know what went wrong that caused the 10 of Swords. Part 1, we didn't really see that. So I pulled a couple cards, and I'd like to share that with you this beautiful day. So instead of just asking a direct question, what caused the 10 of Swords, recently I've been learning that the universe likes us to propose our questions by framing yourself in the question. So it likes process guidance questions. So instead of asking just what was the cause of the 10 of Swords, let's ask what needed to change or what needed to grow in order for these two characters not to have that 10 of Swords. Let's look at it from that angle. So I drew 3 cards. These characters, before they could come into union and have a healthy, intimate relationship, the universe was trying to teach them that you must first be willing to look inward, to explore your own insecurities before getting involved with anybody, to learn to heal those parts of you that have gotten hurt in past relationships, and to really love yourself enough to take a little me time and sit in introspection. Healing is a continuous process. It's a journey. It never ends. But there are times where we kind of get to sit back and we feel like we've come a long way and we've had some accomplishments in that area. And taking that time to heal and do the things that we love is very, very healthy to have a time of introspection. So in this 10 of Swords energy, you kind of see that it was right person, maybe wrong time, because of this healing and this self-reflection that needed to be done on both their parts. Kind of the proverbial, cleaning of the slate of past relationships. Are you carrying anything in with you? So they both had healing to do. Then the second card I pulled was the Moon. And the Moon shows that there'd been confusion, possibly a simple misunderstanding that was never resolved. Things that were hidden below the surface The moon is also about intuition. So maybe at that point when they had met, neither character had learned how to use their intuition. So when they came across each other, instead of being able to recognize this relationship as something very unique and divine, their intuition was blocked because they hadn't done their healing. So that kind of took away one of their tools of being able to read each other. So we see that the Ten of Swords, what needed to be changed or evolved was that both these characters needed to do some healing. The Moon card shows us that there was confusion, some misunderstandings, some things that were hidden below the surface, whether it was within themselves or whether or not it was being hidden from the other character. And then the third card I drew was the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles is wanting to come in from being left out in the cold. You've got two characters here that are all bundled up. It's cold. They don't feel any love or any warmth. And these characters want to come in from the cold. So I don't think either one of these people necessarily, or these characters, I should say, meant to hurt each other. Recognizing that you have healing to do, recognizing that you need to clarify confusion. Both those things need to be done within before they can be done and expressed within a relationship. So maybe these two connecting, the universe is saying that this was a very important connection, a gift from the universe. Four of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Lover. This is all very divine. So the universe was telling these two characters, this Emperor and this Queen of Swords energy, that you're going to have to do your healing. You're going to have to do your shadow work. You're going to have to go within and get on the path to following your greatest and highest good if you desire this divine connection, this divine gift. The twin flames are power couples, and as they are coming into union more and more every day, they're going to be the example in the age of Aquarius on this new earth, how to love each other unconditionally. And it makes sense that the universe couldn't just bring these couples together, because they had to first learn how to love themselves unconditionally before they could love others unconditionally. It starts with loving yourself and healing yourself before this divine union can take place. So if we throw out the twin flame soulmate labeling and stereotypes that have kind of been just distorted and commercialized upon, and you can kind of get lost in when you first come across the twin flame journey. But what I'm seeing here is that, like they say, it is not about coming into union with this person. This is about doing our personal healing. We do this healing so that we don't unconsciously hurt another person, causing a buildup of karma in ourselves. And I don't mean karma as in, oh, he or she did that, now they have it coming, like a punishment. Karma is cause and effect. It's our actions that we take on a certain timeline have an effect. Either the effect comes back to teach us a lesson. Most of the times that's exactly what karma means. It's being able to learn a lesson. We did something, it had this effect, and then we changed what we did the next time around because of that lesson. So as a spiritual being having human experience, we need to ask ourselves, do we want to live with the buildup of karma and the consequences of karma if we continue to get involved with other people without having done our own personal healing? How many of us can relate to this, where we have gone from one relationship to the next, only to repeat the same patterns with the same type of people, and we sit back and we ask ourselves, well, why am I not getting a different result? If we haven't done our personal healing, we are then carrying that into a relationship with someone else where we could hurt another person consciously or unconsciously. It doesn't really matter where it comes from, because the universe says ignorance is not an excuse in universal law. If you hurt, damage, abuse, or treat any other sovereign spiritual being in a way that harms them mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually, then you are karmically held responsible by universal law, meaning there is cause and effect. You need to learn then the lesson and have the consequences of hurting that spiritual being mirrored back to you in order for you to heal that wound so that you don't continue to hurt other spiritual beings. So even if your intentions are pure, they're good, benevolent, if our unhealed wounds spill onto someone else, you are still responsible because you did not take the time to go in introspection and self-reflection to heal your own wounds after you've went through a difficult time. It is our responsibility to become self-aware about our experiences and how we treat other people. So in this tale of the Emperor and the Queen, and both of them are standing upright. So maybe there was a time where they weren't living their lives with authenticity and integrity. Both these characters are upright at this point in time. So this seems to me that this is something, the story is about how in the past they needed to do their healing so that they could live their lives more authentically and with more integrity, and by doing the inner healing so that they don't hurt anyone else, by making things right with the spiritual being that they offended and violated. We learn that our intentions are irrelevant. Even if we did not intentionally hurt someone, if the end result is that we hurt them, we still are responsible under universal law for making that right with that person. It sounds a lot like AA, the 12 steps. That is in there to make amends with the people we offend. So we saw that both these characters had a painful ending. They had met, come across a Four of Wands connection, and then this Ten of Swords happened. It looks like it was all in divine plan because these certain other areas of themselves needed to be healed, needed to be looked at. So it's a good thing that these two characters didn't come together. It's really like you have to look at it as a blessing that whatever happened forced them to separate, go within to heal. And really what I've learned over the last couple of months is that the twin flame journey, that's what it's all about. It's going within and healing. It's becoming the best version of yourself. The universe would not have designed something as beautiful as a twin flame journey just so two people could come together and hurt each other. It's not about romance or living happily ever after or coming into union, which is kind of what captivates you at first because you have these overwhelming feelings or emotions for a person because you feel so deeply connected to them. But really this twin flame journey and what this story is resembling is that it's all about the universe guiding us through this energetic connection to help us realize who we are. This twin flame journey, I believe, has been all about being spiritually awakened and remembering you're having a human experience. We are all energetic spiritual beings who chose to have this experience. We planned our mission, then we set up our lessons and twists and turns along the journey that would lead us to our specific place. The ultimate journey of the twin flames is to find and love ourselves unconditionally. To first go inside within us and find the truth of who we are from the perspective of the universe. And with these three cards that I drew, the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Moon card, and the Five of Pentacles, the universe says from its perspective, it doesn't really matter what caused the Ten of Swords. What matters is, did each character find themselves in the process of this journey? What really matters is, did they accept the gift from the universe that was being handed to them of learning how to heal? And did they learn to love themselves unconditionally? The universe is like, here, I'm going to dangle this pork chop in front of you. I'm going to show you and let you feel for a moment what this Four of Wands, twin flame, soulmate connection could feel like. The universe says it's not going to be an easy experience. The universe says you're going to have to do the hard work. The universe says it's going to be a difficult and sometimes lonely path. It's going to force you to challenge yourself, to push yourself outside your comfort zone. But the universe also says that the reward isn't necessarily getting together with this person in union, but the reward is knowing and loving yourself once again, remembering who you were before the traumas, before the relationships that caused damage, before the heartaches. This is This is a journey about both partners healed enough so that the individuals themselves can decide if union should be part of their future. If the healing hadn't been done, this option would have never arisen. The universe at least gives us choices on which timeline we want to follow that is for our greatest and highest good. So looking back, what I really see is that to be grateful for the journey, to be grateful for the healing. And once these two characters saw these things and understood what this journey was, it shifted the energy. Now they can love themselves unconditionally. Now they have the abilities to love someone else unconditionally. And the universe says, good job. You've done the work. You've come from in the darkness back into the light. You know who you are. You're living your life in authenticity and integrity, and now you have the tools to make healthy choices for your future going forward. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this message, and if it resonates with you, please like and subscribe. That way I know to create more content to share with you. Sending light and love.